Yo, welcome back to another episode of Hate It or Love It. I am your host, Lindell White. We are sponsored by our guys over at Steady Picks. Today, I have a special guest with me. This is somebody that is from my hometown. I looked up to. He was definitely a baller. As you can see, he has his black and gold on. He's a prime representative. He is a CU Buffalo. Um, Played for the Denver Broncos, the Patriots, the Tennessee Titans. This is my big brother, Daniel Graham. What's going on, big guy?
Man, Lindell was good, man. Good to see you, bro.
Man, it's always good to see you. I truly appreciate you stopping by the show today, brother.
Oh, for sure.
We got some interesting things going on today. You with these college games, obviously we're getting into the playoff realm of it, but we definitely have some good championship games coming up this week. So I'm anxious to see how it plays out because I want to see what the CFP, this is the last year of the college football playoff as we know it. I think they go to what, the 12-team playoff next year or something like that. Or
Yeah, they move it up. Is it 12? Yeah,
I think it's like 8 or 12. I'm pretty sure,
yeah,
but I can't. I'm excited to see that too, man. I wish I was still playing college football for them times as well. That'd be dope. We can get straight into it. This week we have the Pac-12 championship. Should have been my Trojans or your CU Buffaloes, but here we have it. We have the Oregon Ducks at Washington Huskies. This is a Friday night game, and it'll be played in Las Vegas. They have the Oregon at -9.5. Hate it or love it.
man. You know what? I love this. This to me is going to be one of the most exciting games. Of the weekend. Um, you already know, man. It's hard to beat a team twice, and
Yeah.
Oregon. Few mistakes. Cost them that game last time, but I think that Oregon is going to win this game.
Yeah, Dan. I honestly, I'm with you right now. After seeing Washington last week with the struggles against Washington State, I know it's a rivalry game, but to see how Oregon and that offense is rolling right now, Bo Nix has those guys playing great football. The receiver number 11, I forget his name, and they have another receiver number 15. Both those dudes been playing out their minds. So I honestly believe Oregon probably will give Washington their first loss this weekend as well. And they'll do it in convincing fashion down there in Vegas.
Yeah, I think so too.
They have the over under at 66.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Man, I think I'm gonna go over on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout. It's
Yeah.
neutral grounds. It's indoors, so I don't have to worry about no weather. So yeah, I think
Right.
it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah. I gotta say that in the Pac-12, it's hard for us to play or defensive football like that. I definitely believe it's going to be a runaway game. Like I said, Oregon's just been playing crazy football, and if this is like one of them, the Heisman ceiling campaigns or deals right here, if Bo Nix goes out there, I believe Bo Nix will go out there, and this is a prop I'm gonna throw out. Bo Nix will have over 4 touchdowns himself this weekend because I know how Oregon plays this game. They're going to be trying to get this guy his Heisman for sure.
Oh yeah, you know what? And I would take that too. I think he's gonna throw for over 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're gonna find a way, man. This is how they're gonna try to seal the deal for sure. Oh man, this next game up, we're heading in the SEC land. We have Kirby Smart's Georgia Bulldogs. They are ranked currently at number one. Heading into Nick Saban, Alabama Roll Tide. They have them ranked at number 8. This game is tricky right here. It's another game played indoors down in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But one thing about it I can just say before we pick is that it's tricky. The reason why I say this is tricky is because Alabama and Nick Saban, when the money's on the line, a lot of the times he has not lost, man. So that's the only reason why I say this game is tricky. But they do have Georgia at -6. Hate it or love it.
Man, I love it, and Georgia, man, this is a home game for Georgia.
Yeah,
And we all know, it's tough to bet against Nick Saban, during these big games. But man, the coach up there at Georgia, man, he got that program turned around, and
yeah.
Georgia has taken that flag for the SEC and said we are now the big dogs in the SEC. So I'm gonna take Georgia with this, man, and plus on top of that, they're gonna have the tight end. I know he's gonna play this week.
Brock.
And man,
Brock is
yeah,
crazy. Bowers.
Can't nobody stop him, man. He's a beast.
It's crazy you say that, DG, because I've said this for like, well, I remember watching him play his first freshman game, and I remember tweeting like, man, this is the best tight end I've seen in a couple of years. Like, it's ridiculous how good Brock Bowers is. But with that being said, I have a thing on this show, DG. You might have to. I'm gonna probably have to let you go ahead and beat me. Now, listen, I do believe Georgia might pull this game off because they have the better team. But on this show, we are biased, right? And until Nick Saban loses a game in clutch time, I'm not going against Nick Saban. I'm not saying that he won't lose. I feel like Georgia has a better team, but for some reason, I don't go against Saban on this show, man. So with his outside looking in, with a chance to upset Georgia and turn around this whole college football playoff, I'm going to take the Roll Tide to go down to Atlanta this weekend and upset these Georgia boys. It's just something about Saban, man. I can't bet against him. This would be the first time I told people on this show, if Saban loses two home games, if Saban loses two regular season games, that's when I'll start betting against him. But until I see the two regular season games, I can't bet against Saban, DG. I just can't do it.
Hey, Lindell, man, I know this is a whole new year, but look what them Bulldogs have been doing for the last 2 years in the SEC.
No. You're 100% correct. I believe Georgia is probably the best football team out there as a whole. I can't take that away. It won't surprise me, Dan, if they run away with this game. But on this show, we're biased, man. And until Saban lets me down, I'm running with Saban. I'm on the Saban train, man.
Okay.
I bet against him too many times.
You said the spread was -9?
No, it's only 6.
Oh, it's 6. Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I'll take the Bulldogs.
He's gonna switch up on me. My man said, "Nah, psych your mind." They got the total over under at 55 points. Hate it or love it.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna hate that. I think both these teams are gonna come in here with a great defensive game plan, and so I'm gonna take the under on that.
Whew. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I feel like the way Alabama wins this game is if they play really good defense and keep Georgia out of the end zone. It has to be a low-scoring game for Bama to win. Now, it wouldn't like I've seen a few of these kind of games happen. Now, if either one of these teams come out hot and they run away with it early, it could happen like that. But I'm with you. I just think that Georgia plays way too good of a defense for this game to get too high. And the only way Alabama beats them is if they can keep Georgia off the books, man. Okay, now, Hayden, I used to be a Big 12 guy. Are you happy that they're going back to the Big 12?
Hey, man, I'm excited. That's back to the roots, man. Big 12 is my stomping ground. I'm glad we'll be back there next year.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, too. I think it's good for CU football being in the Big 12. I guess we just grew up that way, but I like seeing that. Speaking of that, they have the Oklahoma State they're ranked number 20, heading in to our guy Bo Scaife and Vince Young's Texas Longhorns. We're biased. This is a Saturday game, and it'll be played in another home game, or it's another game, probably a home game for Texas. They're playing this at Dallas Stadium. They have Texas at -14.5 points. Hate it or love it.
I love it, man. Texas is playing good this year. Another home game. So, I could just recall when we played Texas in Big 12 Championship, we had a corner of the stadium. That place was rocking for Texas, and it's going to be the same this week. So, I'm going to take Texas with the point spread on that.
Whew. Again, on this thing, we're biased, and Sark is my guy. I play for Sark. He's a great coach, but I'm going to say not so fast, my friend. I can't ride with this, DG. Every time I have bet with Sark in the point spread, he has let me down. Now, I'm not going to say that they don't come away with the victories. Texas probably will definitely still win this game by about 11 points. But to beat them by 2 touchdowns completely, I don't know. I think the dude with the mullet, what's his name, Gundy, the coach down there, I think that the mullet's going to be ready to come play some ball this weekend. And they probably don't lose. They probably lose by 13 points. That means
you're going to give everything under 14, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to give them all that. Because for some reason, when it's time for Texas to end these games, or they'll be up big early on, but for some reason, I've seen every week that these guys fight and call their way back into games, and then at the end, Texas is barely holding on. So for me to think that they'll beat this team by 2 touchdowns, I I don't like it. I love Oklahoma State to come in and ruin that as far as just losing by 11. So all we got to do is not lose by 14
Well, you
points.
know what? As long as that running back has a good game, it won't be 14. But I just think Texas is gonna come in and do their thing.
Well, Texas, when you say this though, DG, it's not a bad thing because they're playing for their playoff life. If
Yeah.
they win and Bama beats Georgia, and Washington loses to Oregon, then we have the way this playoff schedule this year. It's one of the things where anybody can find their way in if somebody loses. So I know Texas, they're playing
But,
for their college football
well,
playoff.
not only that, Lindell, it's you also got to make an impressive win in these championships.
Yes.
To leapfrog. If all the teams win that, quote unquote, supposed to win, you better have an impressive win to add to that resume.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. They have the over under at 55 points. Hated to love it.
Man, I hate that. I don't think it's going to be that much. Oklahoma has a great run. Oklahoma State has a great running game, so that they're gonna try to do everything they can to run that ball, keep the ball out of Texas hands. So I don't think it's gonna be that many points scored.
I'm gonna have to say I hate it. No, I might have to. No, I disagree with you. I say I love it. I just think that I don't know. Like I said, Texas is a really good team, but for some reason they lollygag in a sense of when they have a team down or when they're supposed to end it, they don't find a way of doing that. They always let teams score on them late and get a lot of points late. 55 for Texas, that's not a lot of points to me. I think Texas scores like 35 this game, but like I said, we only lose by 10, so it'll be right at 55. I'm going to take it. I'm taking the over. I think that Oklahoma State scores points late, and that's how we'll cover. Next up, man, this has been a long time coming, I guess, for Louisville in the ACC. They have the Louisville ranked at number 10 heading into the Seminoles, Florida State. This game will be played in Charlotte. It's a neutral site for both these teams, but they have Florida State without their quarterback still at -2.5. Hated to love it.
Man, I hate this. I think Louisville, I think, is going to come in here and upset Florida State. It's tough losing that quarterback, and he was really the big heartbeat of that team. But
yes,
I don't think they have enough to beat Louisville in this championship game.
The way Louisville has been playing outstanding ball, I would have to concur and agree with you. I believe that they just have enough. I think Brahms, their coach down there, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken,
I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah, but what I have seen is, Florida State, they play really good ball, especially when Travis is behind there. It's like they're never too out of a game. They'll find a way. But I think that this is probably the game that they'll be, in the pits about their quarterback not being around. And they'll find themselves in a hole early. And I don't think that the quarterback that they have now is built for coming back, against a strong team. So I would have to say that Louisville will definitely cover this. Like I said, they don't have to. Louisville doesn't have to necessarily win. They just don't have to lose by 2.5 points. They just have to lose by 1. They have the over/under at 48.5 points. Hated to love it.
You know what? I hate it. I think I'm gonna go over. Hold on. Let me take that back. I'm
48.
Yeah, you know what? I don't. Let me take that back. I don't think Florida State scores that much. With this quarterback. I'm not sold on this quarterback. So, I will go under on that.
I'm gonna go under too, just because of, like you said, the quarterback situation. But I think Louisville's defense might have him in a frenzy, so that's where it comes into play. So I'm gonna take the under as well. And this is gonna be another shakeup if Florida State does lose this game, man. There's so many teams that's gonna move up. It's crazy, man. I like the way I like how open this college football playoff is this year.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good year for the playoff.
And now up Big Ten championship. They have the Michigan Wolverines, ranked number 3, heading into Iowa. I don't know how Michigan's ranked so low, just beating Ohio State last week. But hey, they have Iowa ranked at number 17. This game will be played in another neutral site in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. They have Michigan at minus 23. Hate it or love it.
Man, as a betting man, I'm gonna have to hate this, man. Iowa State defense has been good throughout the year, and I want to say, I think that they have probably got blown out maybe twice, but the defense is playing good. So I just don't see them. I don't see Michigan beating them by that many points. So I'm gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate it too. I think Michigan might beat them by 21. They just don't beat them by 23. JJ, they got 2 quarterbacks. I think it was McCartney. Then they have the other quarterback. He used to go to Michigan. He's the quarterback now for Iowa. So I think there will be some kind of, there's something to try to spoil those guys' party to the dance, and why not be the guys to end it? Michigan has a tough team right now, and then they're bringing I think, what is it, Jim or John, one of the Hardballs, I forget which brother it is, but he gets to come back from the 3-game suspension. Yeah. So I know Michigan's going to be really turned up to have him back, man. So I'm excited to see this game, just to see how Michigan plays, because we do know when Michigan gets in these big time games to head, to seal their deal, for some reason they do fall a little short, or a lot short, when TCU came in and spanked them last year. So we will see. They have the over. This is what's crazy, right? Michigan's supposed to win by 23 points, but guess what the over and under is? 35.
So they don't have Iowa scoring no points.
Man, well, it's crazy. Iowa, I think they won the game last week at like 9 or 6 points or some shit. It was crazy, man. Yeah, so clearly they don't think Iowa's going to score any points in this game. Hate it or love it.
Man, that's a tough one, man. I think I hate that, man. I'm gonna go over.
I gotta agree with you, Dan. Yeah. Like, I can't. If Michigan, and I'm not saying Iowa's weak, but if Michigan wants to show the world how dominant they are, if they can do anything, they have to come in and beat Iowa pretty good. And I only say that because they got some pretty decent. Like, Washington got a spread game that's going to score. Georgia can score a lot of points. Texas. Florida State, that's what I'm saying. When Michigan goes to play, if they got to play these guys in the CFP, they got to be able to score more than 35 points. That's just what I'm thinking, to win a football game. So if you can't score over 35 against Iowa, and I get it, yes, it might be, no, it's indoors, man. So I'm taking the over in this. Michigan got to show me something. Yeah, they got to show me something. 35 points and you're supposed to win by 23. Watch it be 28. Watch it be 28-7 this week. So, and we'll miss out on the over by a half.
Yeah, I think Iowa can score 17 points. And Michigan's gonna put up some numbers. So I definitely will go over on that.
I'm with you when you're right. Now we get into where the big boys play, man. We have been to week 13 of these NFL games, and we can hop straight into it. They got my old coach Pete Carroll's Seahawks heading into the Dallas Cowgirls. It's been a lot of talk on my page lately. Yes, I took Washington to upset Dallas last week. I didn't think Dallas. I thought Dak Prescott, whatever his name is. I thought that he would, come out on fire and throw a few picks and they would score early. My prediction was wrong. Now, the Cowgirls are still the Cowgirls, but they have them at -9. It's a Thursday night football game. Hate it or love it.
And this is at Dallas?
Yes.
Oh, man. I love it, man. First, for whatever reason, it's hard to play on the short weeks, going to Dallas. Dallas is playing good right now. I'm going to take that 9 points, and I got Dallas winning this. And I think I got them winning easily.
I like that, because I'm gonna, like Lee Corso says again, not so fast, my friend. I want these cowgirl fans to hate me. And you know what's crazy, DG? You probably this as well, because when we were kids, I used to love the Dallas Cowboys. Early 90s, Mid-90s, I was a Cowgirl fan
Hey,
because
well,
of
I
Dion.
was never a Cowboy fan
Oh,
ever.
I was a Cowgirl fan because of Dion. I can't lie. I always
Yeah.
wanted to be Dion 21 for sure. But, you guys haven't won anything since 1996. How do I know? Because I was a fan. But, every year Dallas says this is our year. And I just think that, Pete Carroll comes in and ruins their day. Now, listen, they don't have to win by 9. I think Cowboys or the Cowgirls could still win by 6, 7 points. But I just think that the Seahawks, Pete Carroll's been on a downward spiral lately. He has to get these boys turned around and get Geno, making some plays. Or, I think that this will be the end of the Seahawks season as well if they don't win this game.
Okay, now, you got to keep in mind too. The running back didn't play last week for Seattle. Is he going to be there this week?
Oh yeah, it's Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's a different beast. Like that's one of them dudes that I know Pete Carroll loves because of how he is north and south and one of them hard running dudes. So if he does play, I just don't think they're gonna lose by 9 again. And I like I like fighting with these Cowgirl fans. There's nothing better. You'll see they're gonna be all in the comment section, man. They let us have it, dog. There's nothing like it. I love it. And I don't care. They have the over under at 46 points. Hated to love it.
Man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hate that. I don't think it's gonna be that high of score game.
I'm gonna have to say I love it. The Cowgirls have been scoring the ball a lot lately. Watch them beat a game where they don't do nothing this week for some reason. It just happens to me, but I'm gonna love this over. I think the Seahawks can easily score 17 points, but if the Cowgirls are like what they say they are, then they should probably score at least 30. We'll see.
Yeah.
And as the hottest team in the NFL now, we have the Denver Broncos, our home city, heading into, D'Amico Ryan led Houston, Texas. And shout out Miko. I played against him a lot when I was at the Tennessee Titans. Hell of a guy. And even in what he has the Texans doing with the, rookie quarterback, they weren't even supposed to be nowhere near this. CJ Sprout has been playing out his mind. And with that being said, they have the Texans right now at -3.5 points. Hate it or love it.
I'm gonna hate this, man. I'm gonna ride with the Broncos, man. They're playing well. It's just been a new leaf turned over here, and me growing up a Bronco fan, playing for the Broncos, I can't go against them. Houston is playing good right now. The quarterback is playing great, but we're gonna go down into Houston and get that win.
Yes, sir. What Russell say? Let's ride Bronco country. Let's do it. I'm with you when you're right. We both have former ties to the Broncos, so I'm not going against them right now. Russell's been playing out his mind. Sean Payton hasn't playing the way they want, and that defense is unreal. They play lights out. I think that this is the week CJ Stroud just runs into a little thing because you got Patrick Surtain out there and Justin, and the back end of our defense is crazy, man. So. I believe that the Broncos upset the Texans this week. They have the over-under at 46.5 points. Hate it or love it.
I hate it. I don't think it's gonna be that many points scored. Like saying, I think it's gonna be a defensive game, so I'm gonna take the under.
I'm with you. I take the under as well. I just think that the Broncos defense is playing two lights out right now. And this is when we all play with rookie quarterbacks. And yes, they do ball out. I just think this is going to be the game where he kind of reversed. He reversed to the rookie. I'm sorry. Pat Surtain he's one of the coldest dudes I've ever seen lined up out there at corner. Like he gonna lock up a side by himself. We have another dude over there that's been locking stuff up in there. Justin's playing free in the middle. Like it's ridiculous what they got as far as the cornerbacks and DBs on their team. So that's where. And if CJ Stroud, man, I just noticed you have the Ghost jersey back there. That's so cold.
Man.
Man. Hey, listen, you just made my day. I can't lie. I told you we biased over here, and Thomas Patrick Edward Brady is by far the greatest player to ever play the
game.
Man,
let me give you look.
Willie
man,
Mack, Trojan.
Deion Branch.
Yes,
I got all the homies tight up here. Yeah.
Man, that's a cold wall you got right there, man. That's sweet. Oh man, they have the Chiefs heading into the the Packers. This is a Sunday night football game. They have the Chiefs at -6.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Man, I love it. It's hard to stop. The Chiefs, Travis Kelce, and I don't see Green Bay coming in here. Playing that close of a game.
Yeah, I think Kelce I mean, Patrick Mahomes, when he is on fire, he's on fire. This is a Sunday night game. He loves to come play on Sunday night. Just seeing how they played last week, the Raiders had him up down early, but like Patrick never flinches, and all of a sudden they're up. They end up winning the game by I think 3 scores. So I'm riding with Patrick until he shows me otherwise. Jordan Love, though, has been playing some fantastic ball down there. It's crazy to see their statistics.
I think the one thing though, we're going to have to really see how can he play with without a lead.
Oh yeah,
Kansas City gonna have you down real quick. So now you're gonna end up going into just having to pass the ball majority of the time.
yeah.
So that's gonna be tough for him, I think. And in Kansas City.
No, they're actually they go to the Packers. They ain't
okay. They're okay. All right. Well, that helped them out a little bit. So,
but you said like that D line is crazy right now. Chris Jones,
yeah,
he's hard to block. So yeah, and this is going to be one of them games where the defense is going, I think, get the Kansas City the ball early and often, and that's how the Chiefs will win this because they'll be scoring a lot of points early, and I don't think Jordan Love is fit to come back, especially against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
They have the over-under at 42.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Man, I hate that. Kansas City they're gonna put up points, and so I think I'll take the over on that.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna take the over as well. I just think the Packers might score some points later on, to add to the point total. But I think the Chiefs come out swinging. I think they kind of find that groove towards the end of that game last week, and I think they just stay in stride this week. For sure. Next up, the last game of the week, Monday Night Football game. We have Pac-Man Jones Bengals. That's how he says it, Bengals. Heading into the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars have been playing crazy ball. They have them they have the Jags at -8.5. Hate it or love it.
Man, I love that. It's everything has not been going right ever since Joe Burrow went down. The run game's not going, which is not opening up the passing game. And Jacksonville, like you say, Jacksonville's playing good. And so going down into Duval, I got the Jags winning that.
Yeah, I got the Jags winning that easy. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. Browning's a good quarterback, but I think that this whole Bengals offense is led around having Sleepy Joe or Cool Joe in there rather. And, without having your guy, your chief back there, shit gets really rough. So I think that the Jaguars come in and handle them easily this week. They have the over-under at 38.5 points. Hate it or love it.
Man, well, the Bengals got a good defense too, and a Jag. So I'm gonna hate that. I'm gonna go under on that. So it's gonna be a good defensive game.
Dang. Which Lawrence has a habit sometimes of throwing picks for no reason.
Yeah.
38 points. That's
but the Bengals defense is nice.
No, they are
good all year.
And the reason why this does scare is only because of the quarterback situation. I don't know how Browning's going to come out and play. They have weapons in Cincinnati, but I think that the Jaguars defense gets on them to where they don't score the points, and that's where it happens, like you said, because the Bengals got a defense as well. It's not going to be a high scoring game by no means as well. So I'm gonna go under as well, man. But the Jaguars will escape with this victory. This game might be like one of them 21, 24 to 7 games, but Jaguars are definitely covered.
Yeah.
Well, man, I truly appreciate you stopping by another episode of this Hate It or Love It, sponsored by our guys over at Steady Picks. DG, I want you to know, man, I truly appreciate you stopping by. You are a GOAT. You are a legend. People in Park Hill, salute you. Like I said, I grew up watching you, man, and everything you do. So you definitely give us, Coloradoans shit to be proud of, man. So thank you for coming on the show, DG, for sure.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. And, like I say, hey, I was a fan of yours watching you. You took the torch and kept it running. So, it's all love here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, DG, man. I'll get with you soon, brother.
Yep, for sure.
Thanks, man.
All right, later.